Boom! What's up, everyone? My name is Danielle, for some of you that may not know me, and I decided to make this video today to review my experience studying abroad. So I decided to make this short video because, as some of you may know, I just got back from my semester abroad and I went to Spain, specifically the city of Salamanca, and I was there for 4 months as a total, and I can't believe it's passed already. I got the opportunity to have lunch and catch up with a few members of my family and friends, but I just wanted to make a video to kind of capture my experience, how I'm feeling as I'm coming back from Spain. And a lot of my friends on the program actually took journals of their experience, and I documented here and there my experience, but I just wanted to make a video to tell you what I've learned and just convince others who are maybe thinking that they want to study abroad but aren't sure yet that it is such a life-changing opportunity. If you have the opportunity, you should definitely take it. So, just a little overview of what I did. So, I went for 4 months, as I just said, to Spain in the city of Salamanca, and Salamanca is a university town about 2 hours away from the capital of Madrid. And there's 2 universities, Universidad de Salamanca and Universidad Pontificia, which is the private university there. I took classes at a third-party program, it's called. So it's a little institution, it's an American program, and it's called IES Abroad. And all American students come in and they offer classes at the institution, and they bring in professors from the local universities and they teach classes, and all my classes were in Spanish. It was a total immersion program, so really helped improve my language skills, and that was the main goal of me going over to Spain specifically, was to improve my ability to speak Spanish, so that helped immensely. I'm really glad I chose Salamanca specifically because of the university atmosphere in the town. It was really cheap to go out, and just a lot of people there were around my age, so I got that opportunity to also speak in Spanish with people my age and just relate with them and go out with them, and it was just a really great atmosphere for me. We had mentors in our program as well who were university students, so we got to interact with them as well and now become friends with them, and they kind of took us under their wings and showed us around the city. So it was a great, I love the setup of my program. So a little fun part of it was going out, and I loved dancing and learning the Spanish music and songs to sing along to. And my favorite place to go out was called Daniel's Chupeteria, and it was a little bar, and it had a small dance floor, and it was always really packed, and it was just so much fun to go with my friends and to just dance the salsa, bachata, and also played a little bit American music, but most of it was in Spanish. So now I have like a whole playlist to go down with and just play these cool songs, and I just loved it. That was my favorite place to go out. How did I make this decision to study abroad? I go to UNC Chapel Hill, and I was a sophomore when I decided to study abroad. And I always studied Spanish in high school and even before that. And I knew I wanted to go abroad to a Spanish-speaking country to kind of further my ability to speak Spanish and just learn about the culture a little better. But that idea was always like in the back of my mind, and it was always really scared me. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is coming way too soon, I'm not ready. And one of my really close friends actually studied abroad last semester as well. She went to Sevilla in Spain, and she was a really big influence in just pushing me to just go for it. The idea just terrified me. And my mom also was just a big force in just pushing me to just expand my abilities, because she knew I always wanted to do it, and I just don't like allowing fear to hold me back in life. And if you know me, you know I struggle with anxiety and just being thrown into new situations, because I remember even going into college when I was 18 years old. My university is only about 2 hours 40 minutes from my hometown, but the idea of me leaving my family and meeting new people and just like this new chapter in my life just terrified me. So the fact that I chose to go not 2 hours but all the way across the ocean, away from what I was used to, what environment I was used to, for 4 whole months, it's just crazy. And the idea is mind-blowing. It's still mind-blowing. Back then it was mind-blowing. But I'm really glad and proud of myself for choosing to go away, because I feel like I learned so much about myself, and I gained so much more confidence in myself and my abilities, because when you're over there and you don't have like your crutch of your family or friends you're used to, you need to like find strength within yourself and go out there and meet new people and make the most of it. And that's exactly what mindset I was in and what I tried to do. And don't get me wrong, I was so upset the first few weeks I was there. I was like, I want to come home, but I'm just gonna stick it out. I mean, I just can't wait to get back home with my family. Like, I can't believe I'm here. What did I get myself into? But after that kind of simmered down, I was like, okay, I'm in this environment just for a limited amount of time. You're gonna see your family again. You talk to them all the time. Just make the most out of it. And I'm so glad I did stick it out, because it ended up being such a great experience. I met such great people over there. My program was about 40 American students from all over the country, so they didn't go to my university, so I didn't know them before. And I'm really close friends with people all over the country, so I'll always have different areas around the US to go visit and just hopefully have a reunion one day. And I feel like I made such great like lifelong friends from this opportunity to be abroad, because I don't know, we kind of like went in together. We're like going through the same things. We're Americans in a new country. We need to learn the language and learn how to get around and how to travel around Europe together. So we just had a lot of firsts together, and it really made us all bond. So I'm really grateful for the friendships I made while over there as well. So just some lessons to recap that I learned from studying abroad, and these are really general because I can go on and on for days of how great my time was over there and all the stuff I learned. But I just wanted to say that I learned in general that everyone has their own story, just from meeting a lot of people in Spain. And there was a language barrier at first, but getting to know the language better and being able to communicate made me learn more about other people. And just from communicating with the American students I went there with as well, like, you don't know what someone has gone through until you start a conversation with them or just become friends and get to know them a little better. And although people seem different at first and you think in your head, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to relate with this person, we're all human beings. That sounds a little cheesy, but it's true, and we all can relate or be happy for each other in our successes, or relate in our downfalls and offer a little bit of comfort there. So that was just a really big lesson that sticks in my head from my experience abroad. Oh, and also just coming back, Spain was awesome, Europe was awesome, but it just made me really appreciate where I grew up. Also being abroad really made me value what I already valued, but I just am really grateful for my family, and I'm really grateful also for my country. Being abroad definitely makes you really value your home and your home environment and my home school even, and I'm just really thankful. And also food. When I got off the plane, I was like, give me some Chick-fil-A, give me a cheeseburger. I mean, I'm obviously not gonna eat that every day, but I just missed some food while abroad, so. Another big takeaway from being abroad, as I mentioned, is just confidence in yourself and how important that is. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to gain confidence in yourself, but just really just push yourself to keep growing and throw yourself into situations. Like maybe you've always wanted to do something, but you're fearful of it. Just don't let fear hold you back. And confidence will only come from experience and from pushing yourself and hopefully gaining more confidence from that. Oh, some favorite memories from the experience. I think I have 3 that just stick out in my head together and just show that you should always just push yourself for new opportunities. And also, I think it's also taught me just in general, like life, you try to plan things out, and like I planned out this trip abroad, but you'll never really know what you'll get from the experience. And I just learned that I just trust in myself, trust in God, that there's a good future out there for you if you just go for it. So one of my favorite memories is when I ended up going hiking in the region of Cáceres in Spain, and it's close to Salamanca. So what we did is we bought tickets for 15 euros a piece, and we got on a bus early in the morning, and they drove us out there to the side of the road, and then we got off. We had a tour guide with us. His name was Manolo. He was such a character, and he walked the group. It was like ranged from college-age students to middle-aged to senior citizens, and he guided the group to 3 different pueblos or towns in the region of Cáceres. It was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. It was pretty challenging too, like getting up the side of the mountains, and there was wild oranges and lemon trees where he helped us pick like wild lemons and oranges. And we also saw like old forts on top of the mountain. There was an old fort, an old Spanish fort, and it had like the family crest on it. This hike just really made me bond with people who I hadn't really talked to before. I didn't really think I had much in common with beforehand, and we were laughing the whole time just going up, and the mountain was really challenging to actually scale. We were just laughing the whole time, taking a bunch of pictures and just talking, and it was such a great memory I have. I'll always cherish that memory. And I also loved, because I was in Europe, we got to go to London, and my friend and I decided to go to London together, and I hadn't known her before. I just kind of bought a ticket to London and was messaged in our group message of the whole entire program. I was like, hey, I have these tickets to go to London if anyone wants to plan a trip with me. And she ended up messaging me, and now we're really close friends as well. So it's just funny how things come about that you don't expect. And we had a great time. We stayed, where did we stay? Hyde Park. We stayed in Hyde Park, and we took the tube over like to all the sites, and we saw Big Ben, and we rode the London Eye and all the touristy things. And we also saw the changing of the guards at Buckingham Palace one morning. That was really, really fun. And we went to Churchill's War Rooms, which was an awesome museum. I'm like a really big fan of Churchill now. I know, so cool. But that was really fun as well. I just love London. I can go on and on about London, about the city. I want to go back. But it was also like refreshing for a short weekend to be in like an English-speaking environment and then to go back. Another trip that I loved was when I went to Portugal, and this trip was with my entire program. So imagine 40 Americans getting on the bus, and of course our program leaders who came with us, they all speak Spanish, and it was all our instructions and telling us about the trip was in Spanish, and the tours once we get to Portugal were all in Spanish. I mean, not Portuguese obviously because we don't know Portuguese, but instead of the English option we did the Spanish option. And it was just a great experience. because it was all us Americans on the bus, and it was just like a lot of laughs. We were together traveling in like close quarters for a long time, and we got to go to Lisbon, and we also went to the region of Cascais in Portugal, and it was just beautiful. I loved the country of Portugal. We went to a university town where J.K. Rowling actually got some inspiration for Harry Potter, and we went to a little fishing town as well, and they had beautiful sailboats. It was great, and it just was really fun with like the people I got to go with. Alright, well, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, that you maybe learned something from this video, that it was entertaining, and maybe it convinced you to study abroad or just to push yourself in the future as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.